Hey everybody, it's Alex at Motoroso, and in this video we're going to be doing a step-by-step how-to installation guide for the new Rock-Slide Engineering Stepsliders for the 2024 and up Jeep Wrangler JL. Now this is a new product for the 2024s. They made some changes. We made a separate product spotlight video about all the features and functionality of these products. If you'd like to check that out, we'll put a link to that right here and in the description of the video. And if you'd like to shop for these products, we'll put links to all the products in the description of this video as well. And those links will take you over to Motoroso.com, where if you find this video helpful, you can shop with us. That's what supports this business and helps us make videos like this for you. Now, this is a pretty straightforward installation. I think you'll find this step-by-step guide very, very helpful. Some of the shots are a little bit hard to get. This installation will probably take you about 3 to 4 hours. You can do it by yourself, but it does help to have a second set of hands, but you can do it with basic tools. It doesn't require any major cutting, drilling modifications or tapping into wiring. It's really a straightforward install and an incredibly beautiful and high-functioning product that is great for anybody serious about taking their Wrangler off-road. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dig into this install.
Starting your install, remove any steps or sliders that may have been on the vehicle already. We start our install with the wiring harness. This must be installed just the way the instructions specify in order for everything to line up properly. First, you'll remove the fuse from the harness. We'll start on the passenger side. Pass the battery terminal end of the harness up past the frame rails above the body mount and pull that up towards the battery. Connect the black line to the chassis ground here and the red line to the positive battery terminal. Run the harness along the frame rail and zip tie it along the way to secure it. On the passenger rear door, remove the rocker panel with the panel lever and peel up the carpet to locate the plastic floor plug. You're going to remove this plug and pass through these two cables on the harness for the door sensors. You're going to remove or drill through this plug. We also recommend sealing this opening with some clear silicone to weather protect it. Now pull the remainder of the wiring harness across the cross-section member over to the driver's side and zip tie along the way to secure. Run the rocker switch wire up to the front of the vehicle, tucking under the kick panels. Mount the switch bracket onto the OBD 2-port bolt, then pull the wires through the bracket, connect to the switch, and press the switch in place. Now it's time to start installing the Stepslider brackets. First, you'll need to loosen the 3 body bolts along the side of the Jeep. These bolts are heavy duty and they can strip or be damaged when loosening them. The key to avoiding damage is to loosen until you hear a pop or feel the bolt binding, then reverse the direction a quarter turn and then resume. And this will help prevent damage to the bolts. The brackets for the Stepslider will slide between the head of the bolt and the retained washer on these body bolts. However, there's not quite enough room for the bracket to fit. So you need to remove the first row of threads on the bolt so the washer can slide up a little further and make room for the bracket. Do this on all 6 bolts, 3 on the passenger side and 3 on the driver's side. The side of a file should do it. Now place your brackets in their correct locations. The longest bracket goes over to the rear bolt, the medium length bracket goes to the middle bolt, and the shortest bracket goes over the front body bolt. You may have to press firmly to get these in place, and once they're in place, do not tighten anything yet. Next, we'll prepare the surface between the door jambs and the pinch weld for the bump strap. Clean this surface thoroughly with rubbing alcohol. Measure 1 3/4 inches down from the edge of the door gap at the front door and back door. Then line up the bump strap with this notch at the body seam for alignment. Peel the red tape backing and press the bump strap in place to affix to the body from the rear forward. Before lifting your Stepslider into place, make sure you pull the motor harness through the cutout so that it's accessible. If you're doing this solo, use a jack to balance the Stepslider, and your goal is to align the bolts on the step body with all the holes in the pinch seam of the Jeep. Slide the step into place. Make sure the brackets are above the step body. Once the bolts are through the pinch seam, you can reach in with a washer and a nut on each of these bolts to hold it in place. Now some of these studs are 5/16 and some are 1/4 inch. It should be pretty obvious which nuts go on which studs. We recommend tighten these down now to hold the Stepslider in place. Now start aligning the brackets with all the holes in the step slider using a punch or a screwdriver and using 4 of the 5/16 bolts and washers per bracket. Thread the bolts all in place, but wait to tighten these until all the brackets are aligned and in place. And once you've got all the bolts in place, tighten each one to 20 foot-pounds. Once the brackets are tightened to the step slider, now you can fully tighten the body bolts to 80 foot-pounds and your step slider is fully mounted. Repeat this process on the other side as well. On the passenger side, connect the motor harness and the circuit board connectors and zip tie them safely up and out of the way. You'll have one more connector hanging. That's going to be for the lights, and we'll connect that later. Now we're going to test and calibrate the steps. Plug the fuse back into the harness, turn the rocker switch to the on position, and then starting at the driver's door, locate the blue wire and plug in one of the sensors. The step should deploy. Unplug the sensor and the step should retract after about 3 seconds. Now this side calibration is complete. Simply repeat that process on the passenger side. Now we'll install our sensors. Run the sensor with the blue wire under the body panels and mount it directly under the door latch here. Then, roughly a 1/4 inch down from this bolt on the door, place the magnet using painter's tape and test the sensor to see if it works. Once you have the placement correct, permanently mount the magnet there using the adhesive backing. For the driver's side rear door, place the sensors a 1/4 inch above the lower door hinge here. Again, do a test placement to make sure it's working properly before applying permanently. Replicate these placements on the passenger side of the vehicle, both front and rear. Then do some tests to make sure each door deploys the step correctly. If you bought the accessory LED kit, now you'll clean the surface where you want to mount the LEDs with rubbing alcohol, peel the backing off the LED kit and stick them in place. And you're going to want to run the wires through the bracketry and then run the harness out the back and then plug it into the main harness for your LED lights. And lastly, if you're not installing the skid plate, which we aren't, you're going to use the supplied plastic plugs to plug the holes on the outside.
Hope you found this video helpful. If you're still shopping for these products, check out the links in the description. Those will take you over to all these products on our website at Motoroso.com. And if you find this stuff helpful, please do consider shopping with us. That's what makes ends meet around here. And we love helping our customers with their builds, so you can also reach us there on live chat or call us toll free at 833-MOTOROSO. Now, if you want to hear this Wrangler 392 Rubicon with an AWE switch path exhaust system on it, check out this video right here. This thing sounds absolutely killer with that exhaust system on it. Subscribe to the channel for all of our upcoming videos, and thanks for watching.